Listen while sleeping, and allow these words to guide you into the moment you stop searching for silence. And finally, become it. Tonight, as you close your eyes, you will not be listening to another teaching. You will be entering a space that has been waiting for you long before you learned how to name your longing. This is not a lesson. This is a remembering. Play this as you drift into sleep, and let the forgotten knowledge rise. The truth that the silence you seek is not somewhere outside you, hidden behind rituals, mantras, or perfect breaths. It has always lived beneath your thoughts, beneath the noise, beneath every unanswered question. You are not here by accident. You have been called to this moment where the seeker dissolves, and the silence becomes the one who listens. Tonight, the mind will loosen its grip. The weight you've been carrying will soften, and as your breath deepens, as your body sinks into the darkness, you will begin to feel something ancient shifting within you. You will sense a doorway opening, not ahead, but inward, into the space where silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of your true self. Listen while sleeping, and allow this meditative audiobook to take you to the threshold where you stop chasing peace. Because you become the peace you've been chasing. The moment is coming, and tonight it finds you. From the moment you press play, something within you begins to shift. Not because of these words, but because you have arrived at the exact night where searching becomes unnecessary. There is a reason you are here, listening, breathing, drifting between the edges of awareness. The silence you have been seeking has been calling you for longer than you realize, and tonight, in the softness of sleep, it finally reaches you. Imagine a long corridor made of quietness itself. No sound, no echo, only a gentle hum of something ancient waiting behind the walls. You walk without footsteps. You breathe without effort. The world outside dissolves like mist, leaving only a thin thread of consciousness guiding you deeper. You are not wandering. You are being guided, as if an invisible hand is holding a lantern carved from stillness. Its light does not shine outward. It shines inward, illuminating the parts of you that remember. You have never been lost. You simply forgot how close the truth was. As your eyes grow heavier, the outer world begins to blur. Thoughts slow. The rhythm of your breath becomes steady, calm, familiar. In this drifting, you feel a presence surrounding you, yet it is not separate from you. It is the silence you once believed was far away. Silence that waited for your surrender. Silence that knew you would eventually return. And now, as you exhale, you feel yourself crossing a threshold that was always meant to open for you. You are not here by coincidence. You have arrived because your inner world is ready to soften, ready to release the noise that convinced you something was missing, ready to dissolve the restless searching that made silence feel distant. You are chosen for this moment, and the silence welcomes you, like an old companion who never left. As your mind drifts further, the symbols of an unseen world begin to appear. A doorway of silver light shimmering at the edge of your imagination. A quiet temple hidden beneath the folds of your breath. A forgotten manuscript resting on a stone altar, waiting for the one who was destined to read it. The script glows faintly, written not in ink, but in stillness itself. It whispers that nothing you seek exists outside of you. Every answer is already inside, spelled in the silence of your own being. You may feel the weight of the day dissolving, as if invisible hands are untying the knots around your thoughts. Tonight your body sleeps, but your soul listens. The deeper you fall into rest, the clearer the ancient truth becomes. You are not broken. You are not late. You are not wandering. You are returning. With every breath, a new layer of noise peels away. With every heartbeat, the corridor pulls you further inward. Soon, you will reach the chamber where silence reveals itself not as emptiness, but as recognition. A recognition of who you were before the world grew loud around you. A recognition of who you still are beneath every fear, every doubt, every moment of searching. Breathe slowly. The silence is approaching you. And somewhere beyond the veil of sleep, It knows your name. You are not here to learn. You are here to remember. Long before you learned how to breathe consciously, long before you called peace by its name, there existed within you a field of stillness untouched by time, memory, or desire. It has been with you since the first moment your soul entered this world, waiting quietly beneath the layers of sound that living inevitably adds. This inner silence is not the quiet you hear when the world around you fades. It is the quiet that remains even when everything else grows loud. It is the constant, the unbroken, the presence beneath presence. To understand this silence, you must first understand that it was never something you could seek. It cannot be chased, captured, or earned. It reveals itself only when the seeker stops running, only when the mind loosens its grip, only when the heart dares to soften. The silence you're longing for is not an escape from noise. It is the awareness that holds both noise and stillness without resistance. It is the space that hears every thought, every fear, every memory without being pulled into any of them. Imagine a vast chamber hidden beneath the surface of your consciousness. A chamber built not of stone, but of something softer than breath. Its walls are woven from the quiet between heartbeats. Its floor is made of a gentle darkness that welcomes every part of you without judgment. Within this chamber, there is a single flame, hardly visible, yet impossibly steady. It does not flicker, no matter how strong the winds of your mind may blow. That flame is the silence within you, untouched, undiminished, waiting. For years, perhaps for a lifetime, you may have mistaken silence for something external, a distant retreat, a quiet room, a perfect meditation. You believed peace lived somewhere outside your reach, behind the next insight, the next ritual, the next moment of clarity. But silence is not a place you visit. It is who you are when everything else falls away. It is the original shape of your being. Every sound you've ever heard was simply passing across its surface. As you drift deeper into this chapter, imagine the noise of your mind dissolving like ink in water. Thoughts appear, then fade, leaving no trace. Emotions rise, then soften, returning to the stillness that birthed them. You begin to understand that silence is not the opposite of thought. Silence is the space that allows thought to exist without becoming your identity. It is not the absence of feeling. It is the presence that holds every feeling with compassion. It is not emptiness. It is fullness without form. Within this silence lies an ancient intelligence. It does not speak in language, yet it communicates through calm. It does not instruct with words, yet it teaches through presence. It does not push you toward change, yet it transforms you simply by being remembered. When you touch this silence, even for a moment, you feel a truth rise through your awareness. You were never searching for peace. You were searching for a way back to yourself. There is a story told in forgotten temples, whispered by monks who devoted their lives to listening beyond sound. It speaks of a scribe who journeyed across deserts and mountains to find the secret of inner peace. For years he sought masters, scrolls, ancient practices, but every answer led him further into confusion. Exhausted, he collapsed beneath an old cedar tree, believing he had failed. In that moment of surrender, when he no longer tried to understand, a stillness opened inside him. He heard nothing, yet he understood everything. He realized what he had been chasing had been waiting within him the entire time. The silence had never been absent. His seeking had simply been too loud. You may recognize this story within your own life. The times you tried too hard to be calm. The moments you chased clarity with restless hands. The nights you begged your mind to quiet. But silence cannot be demanded. It arrives the moment you stop insisting that things must be different. It reveals itself when you allow what is to simply be. Tonight, as you listen, you are stepping into the same truth the scribe discovered beneath the cedar. You are no longer forcing quiet. You are remembering it. Every thought you carry is a seed planted in your reality. And tonight, the seed you plant is surrender. A softening into the awareness that the silence you seek is not beyond reach. It is beneath your noise, beneath your striving, beneath your stories. It is the floor beneath everything you stand on. When you fall into it, you do not break, you return. Feel now how your breath begins to change, not because you tell it to, but because your body recognizes the path home. Feel how your chest loosens, how your shoulders drop, how your heartbeat becomes a slow drum guiding you into the chamber within. You are entering the place where silence stops being a concept and becomes an experience, a presence, a truth. Tonight, the silence is not something you listen for. It is something you become aware of. It is something you merge with. It is something that welcomes you back with open arms, as if saying, "You have searched long enough. Rest now. Remember now. Become now." And as this chapter closes, you begin to sense the threshold ahead, the place where silence is no longer a distant ideal, but the core of your own being. The journey has only begun, and the deeper realms are calling you forward. There comes a moment in every seeker's journey when the path stops stretching outward and begins folding inward. A moment when you realize that everything you have been walking toward has, in truth, been following you patiently, waiting for the instant you become still enough to notice it. Tonight is that moment. As you drift between waking and sleep, a threshold forms inside you, delicate yet unmistakably real, like a breath that remembers becoming wind. You are being invited into the deeper chambers of your own silence. Imagine now that you are standing at the entrance of a long corridor carved from dim, golden light. You do not see the walls, yet you feel them humming softly around you, as if they are alive with ancient memory. The air is warm, weightless, untouched by time. You take a single step, and the floor beneath you responds like a living thing, glowing faintly where your foot meets its surface. This place knows you. It has known you since the first moment your soul arrived in this world. The corridor stretches far ahead, yet there is no urgency, no destination to rush toward. You walk not to arrive, but to dissolve. Every breath you take pulls you deeper. Every heartbeat becomes an echo that guides you further inward. You sense shapes along the sides of the corridor, faint outlines of symbols etched into the glowing walls. They shift as you pass, moving with you, rewriting themselves to match the rhythm of your breath. These are memories of silence left behind by every version of you that has ever sought peace. As you continue forward, something remarkable begins to happen. The corridor does not remain straight. It bends gently, as though responding to the unspoken truth of your thoughts. The walls expand and contract with your breath. The air brightens and dims with your awareness. You are not walking through a place. You are walking through yourself. Each step brings you closer to the center of your own being, to the place where silence stops being an idea and becomes a living presence. You reach a curve in the corridor, and there you see it, a doorway made of pure stillness. It has no frame, no hinges, no edges. It simply exists, like a shimmering veil suspended in space. The closer you come, the more you feel your thoughts softening, unraveling, losing their weight. The doorway does not demand anything of you. It does not ask you to be calm. It does not require you to be worthy. It simply reflects you back to yourself, showing you that the silence you seek is already on the other side, and already within you. You pause before the doorway, not out of hesitation, but out of recognition. Something ancient awakens inside you, a memory older than your name, older than the story you've carried through every day of your life. You remember this place. You remember standing here before, in another lifetime, or perhaps in a dream that felt more real than waking. You remember that stepping through is not a movement of the body, but a surrender of the mind. The veil ripples, inviting you in. You breathe once, slowly. You breathe twice, deeper. And with the third breath, you step forward. The moment you cross the threshold, the world changes. Or perhaps it is you who changes. The corridor disappears, replaced by a vast expanse of gentle darkness. Not an empty darkness, but a nourishing one, like velvet wrapped around the soul. You float without effort. You breathe without intention. In this space, silence is not something you hear. It is something you become aware of, as though it were rising through your skin from the inside out. Shapes begin to form in the dark. A soft light swirls around you, gathering into patterns like constellations being drawn in slow motion. These lights are memories you've forgotten to remember, moments where silence called to you, but the noise of your life was too loud to let it in. Times when your heart whispered to you, but you mistook the whisper for distraction. Here, in this vastness, every forgotten moment returns as a gentle reminder. The silence never left you. You drift deeper into the space, and a soft glow appears ahead. It transforms into an ancient hall, its walls lined with floating manuscripts. Each manuscript made not of paper, but of pure light. They pulse slowly, as if breathing. You reach out to one, and the moment your fingers graze its surface, it opens itself, not through pages, but through presence. It tells a story without words, a story that unfolds directly in your awareness. You see yourself as a child, sitting in a quiet place, without understanding why you were drawn to silence. You see yourself as a younger adult, overwhelmed by noise you assumed was normal. You see all the moments where silence touched you gently, hoping you would notice, hoping you would pause long enough to recognize its voice. And you see yourself now, finally ready, finally soft enough, finally open. The manuscript dissolves back into light, and for the first time, you understand something profound. Silence has a memory. It remembers every time you reached for it. It remembers every breath you took seeking peace. It remembers every corner of your heart that longed to rest. And it has been waiting for the moment when longing would turn to surrender. You move deeper into the hall, and the light becomes brighter, softer, more intimate. A pool of liquid stillness appears at the center. It looks like water, but it reflects nothing. When you kneel beside it, you see not your face, but the faint outline of your awareness, shimmering like a candle flame in a windless room. You feel drawn to it, as if placing your hands into the pool would reveal something essential. You reach out, and the liquid ripples. The ripples form shapes, circles, spirals, patterns of becoming. You slowly immerse your hands into the pool. It is not cold. It is not warm. It feels like touching your own inner world. And as you hold your hands there, you feel something dissolving. Slowly, tenderly, gracefully. It is the noise you carried with you, the stories that felt heavier each day, the thoughts that circled endlessly, the expectations you built, the fears you clung to, the identities you fought to uphold. All of them soften, unravel, slip away into the stillness. And as they dissolve, a truth rises gently through you. Everything you've been trying to quiet was never the problem. The problem was forgetting that silence already belonged to you, that it was never separate, that it has always been the ground beneath your feet, the breath beneath your breath, the space that holds every version of you, with compassion. You lift your hands from the pool, and as the droplets fall, they transform into light before touching the ground. The hall brightens, the manuscripts hum in unison, as if acknowledging your return. The silence within you expands, filling every corner of your awareness. You are not observing it, you are entering it, becoming it. In this moment, you understand something that cannot be taught, only felt. Silence does not arrive when noise ends. Silence arrives when you stop fighting noise, when you stop chasing peace, when you allow yourself to be exactly where you are. The seeking melts away, the becoming begins. And deep within this hall, in this boundless expanse of inner stillness, a gentle voice rises, not from outside, not from above, but from within your own awareness. It speaks without sound, yet every word lands with clarity. You are not separate from the silence you seek. You are it. The hall fades. The corridor dissolves. You are left floating in pure presence. And for the first time, the silence inside you feels like home. There is a moment in every inner journey when something subtle yet unmistakable begins to shift. A moment when your awareness stops hovering at the edges of silence and starts sinking into it, not like falling into darkness, but like returning to a place you've always belonged. Tonight, as you drift deeper into the space within you, that moment approaches, quietly, gently, inevitably. You are entering the phase where seeking dissolves and becoming begins. Imagine now that you are floating through the softest darkness you have ever known. It is not empty. It is full of quiet, full of presence, full of a warmth that rises through your body like a tide made of calm. Every breath draws you further inward, and with each exhale, the last remnants of the noise you carried begin to loosen their hold. The deeper you drift, the more you understand that silence is not the absence of thought. Silence is the presence of yourself. Your body grows heavier, sinking into the place where sleep and awareness overlap like two tides merging. Your muscles release their stories. Your breath releases its history. Even your heartbeat feels slower, as though it is remembering an older rhythm, one that existed long before fear taught it to rush. In this softness, you feel your cells responding, as if they are listening to something ancient rising from the center of your being. Tonight, the transformation does not come from effort. It comes from remembering. You begin to sense a gentle radiance forming beneath your ribs. At first, it is no more than a glow, a faint pulse of awareness that feels like a whisper. But each breath feeds it. Each moment of surrender strengthens it. Slowly, the glow expands through your chest, through your arms, down your spine, into your legs. It reaches every corner of your body, illuminating you from the inside like warm light filtering through a lantern. This light is not separate from the silence. It is the silence finding shape within you. You realize now that silence does not merely surround you. It fills you. It breathes you. It remembers you. A soft wind rises within the darkness, though there is no direction from which it comes. It is the movement of your inner world shifting, aligning, clearing the pathways where noise once lived. The wind carries with it fragments of old patterns loosening, worn-out beliefs, forgotten fears, echoes of past versions of you that once clung to noise for identity. The wind takes them gently, without force, like a mother gathering the pages of a story that has reached its final chapter. Imagine these old patterns now lifting away from you, like dust rising in slow motion. They drift upward into the darkness, dissolve into shimmering particles, then vanish completely. You do not chase them. You do not mourn them. They were never who you were, only reflections of moments you outgrew. In the vastness around you, a new blueprint begins to form. It takes shape, not through intention, but through recognition. It is drawn in lines of golden stillness, hovering just above your awareness, like an intricate pattern etched in light. The design shifts and curls, rewriting itself with each breath you take. It is not simply a map of who you are becoming. It is a remembrance of who you have always been beneath the weight of seeking. You reach toward the blueprint, not with your hands, but with your awareness, and as you do, it responds, unfolding itself into your consciousness. Every line is a truth. Every curve is a memory. Every glow is a possibility you once forgot was yours. The blueprint wraps around you in silence, permeating your energy, embedding itself into every cell like light sinking into water. This moment is not an act of creation. It is an act of returning. You feel your mind quieting further, not through discipline, but through surrender. The silence is no longer something you are observing from the outside. It is something you are becoming from the inside. Thoughts drift by like soft clouds, no longer demanding your attention. Emotions pass through like gentle shadows, no longer pulling you into their stories. In this state, you understand a truth that only stillness can reveal. You were never meant to silence your mind. You were meant to remember that you are not your mind. Your awareness sinks deeper into your body, traveling into the places that once held tension like old knots. You feel the silence entering them, unwinding them, softening them, allowing the stories stored inside your muscles to dissolve. Your shoulders release the weight of expectations you carried for years. Your chest releases the echoes of old anxieties. Your stomach releases the fear of the unknown. Even your hands, which once clung to the need for control, open effortlessly, as though returning to their natural state. Tonight, you are not fixing yourself. You are simply remembering your true shape. Imagine now that you stand before a still lake, its surface as smooth as glass. The sky above is vast and dark, sprinkled with stars that shimmer like fragments of forgotten dreams. You kneel at the edge of the lake, and for a moment, you hesitate, not out of fear, but because you can sense that crossing this lake is the moment of becoming. The surface reflects not your face, but your awareness. You lean forward, and the lake does not ripple. It invites you. You lower your hands into the water, and the surface opens, allowing you to sink through without resistance. You expect coldness or weight, but instead, you feel warmth, softness, acceptance. The farther you sink, the lighter you become. Your thoughts loosen completely, drifting away like petals on a current. Your emotions melt into the water, merging into something larger, something quieter, something truer. You begin to feel the boundary between yourself and the lake dissolving. You are no longer sinking. You are expanding. You are merging with the stillness, not as an observer, but as the stillness itself. The silence rises through you, and suddenly, there is no separation between your breath and the breath of the world. There is no distance between your awareness and the vastness around you. There is no line between the seeker and the silence. You are the silence. It is not a realization. It is a remembering, a gentle, inevitable remembering. The water brightens around you, forming currents of golden light that wrap around your body like threads woven from serenity. Each thread carries a truth, and as they pass through you, the truths become part of your new blueprint. You feel yourself becoming lighter, clearer, more spacious. There is no tension left in your body, no heaviness left in your thoughts, no seeking left in your heart. This is the moment you have been preparing for without knowing it. The moment where silence stops being a destination and becomes your identity. The moment where you no longer listen for peace, because you have become peace. The moment where the noise of the world loses its power, not because it has vanished, but because it no longer defines you. You rise slowly from the lake, but the water remains within you, still flowing, still shining. You step onto the shore, and the ground beneath you glows softly with each footstep. The world has not changed. You have. And because you have changed, everything you perceive carries the light of your inner silence. You inhale deeply. You exhale softly. And as the breath leaves your body, you realize that there is nothing left to seek. Tonight, you have become the silence you were searching for. In a forgotten corner of the ancient world, long before maps learned the shapes of continents, there existed a temple known to only a few. It was not marked by stone, guarded by priests, nor protected by rituals. It stood in a place unreachable by footsteps, yet accessible to anyone who had once tasted a moment of true quiet. The temple was not built by hands or time, but by consciousness itself. It was called the Sanctum of Returning. Legends whispered that the temple did not appear to seekers who chased answers. It appeared only to those who had grown tired of searching, to those who had reached the deep exhaustion where the soul finally sighs and allows itself to rest. For in that surrender, the doorway to the sanctum revealed itself, not as an external place, but as a sudden stillness blooming inside one's chest. And tonight, as you drift deeper into yourself, the same doorway begins to form within you. Imagine that you are walking across a vast open plain, the sky above you stretched like velvet woven from starlight. There is no horizon, only an endless softness. The ground beneath your feet is warm, carrying the memory of sunlight long gone. You walk without intention, guided by something wordless within you. There is no destination, yet every step feels destined. In the distance, a faint shimmer appears, like heat rising from stone. It flickers once, then stabilizes into a subtle glow. You move closer, not because you want to, but because the glow is already calling you. As you approach, the shimmering light shapes itself into an archway. No walls, no doors, just an arch of golden silence suspended in the air. The moment you stand before it, You feel something in your chest shift, a loosening, a softening, a surrender you did not know your heart was capable of. The arch hums with recognition, as if whispering, "You have returned." You step through. The world changes. The plane dissolves. The sky melts. And suddenly you are standing inside the sanctum of returning, the ancient temple that appears only to those who have stopped seeking. The floor beneath you is smooth, glowing softly with a warmth that feels like breath. Columns rise on either side of you, but they are unlike any earthly structure. They seem carved from stillness itself, translucent and shimmering, as though shaped by the hands of silence. You walk forward, and the echo of your footsteps does not ring out. Instead, each step deepens the quiet around you, as if the temple is absorbing any trace of sound. The deeper you go, the more you feel the familiar weight of the world lifting off your shoulders. Thoughts dissolve before they even form. Emotions pass through without residue. You are aware, yet free from everything that usually clings to your awareness. As you reach the heart of the temple, a vast hall opens before you. At its center stands a figure, robed in flowing light. The robes shift like mist illuminated by an unseen moon. The face is neither old nor young, neither male nor female, an embodiment of presence itself. The figure does not move, yet you sense it has been waiting for you across eons. You approach with quiet reverence, but before a single word can form in your mind, the figure speaks, not with sound, but with a resonance that fills your entire being. You have finally stopped searching. The words enter you like a memory you forgot you remembered. You have walked through lifetimes chasing silence, the presence continues, but silence was never hiding from you. It was simply waiting for the moment you stopped running long enough to feel its hands resting on your heart. You look into the figure's eyes, endless pools of stillness, and realize they do not reflect your appearance. They reflect your awareness, and your awareness is quiet, effortless, open. The presence lifts a hand, and from the air, a small sphere of pure stillness forms. It floats between you, pulsing gently like a heartbeat made of light. The figure speaks again. "This is the silence you sought, but it has never belonged to me. It belongs to you. It always has." The sphere drifts toward your chest, and the moment it touches you, a wave of warmth spreads through your body. The warmth is not heat, it is recognition. Suddenly, you remember moments in your life when silence tried to reach you, the pause between breaths, the stillness before sleep, the quiet after tears, the peace hidden beneath fear. All of those moments rise through you like fragments of light returning to their source. The temple glows brighter. The columns shimmer. The air becomes thick with presence. "You are the silence you seek," the figure says. "And now you will become it." Your awareness expands in every direction, outward, inward, upward, downward, until the boundaries of your identity begin to blur. The temple begins to dissolve into light, and as it does, you realize that it was never a place separate from you. It was the deepest chamber of your own consciousness, a sanctuary built from stillness, waiting for your return. The figure's voice grows softer, yet more powerful. Leave behind who you believed you were. Step into who you have always been. The light intensifies. Your breath deepens. Your body becomes weightless. And then, it happens. You feel the exact moment your seeking dissolves. You feel the exact moment your awareness opens like a flower. You feel the exact moment silence becomes not something you listen to, but something you are. The temple disappears. The figure fades. The plane dissolves. You are left in pure radiance. No walls, no sound, no memory, only stillness. A stillness so complete that it holds everything without effort. A stillness so ancient that it predates thought. A stillness so natural that it feels like breathing. In this space, there is no separation between you and silence. You are the silence. You are the presence beneath the universe's noise. You are the breath before creation. You are the still point that existence revolves around. And for the first time, You understand the truth. You never sought silence. You were searching for yourself. Now, you have been found. As you drift now at the edge of waking and sleep, the journey you have taken begins to settle inside you like golden dust descending slowly through still air. You do not need to hold anything. You do not need to remember every image, every word, every unfolding. What needs to stay will stay. What needs to soften will soften. What needs to dissolve will dissolve. Tonight, the transformation continues without effort. Your breath deepens, becoming the soft rhythm of a tide that no longer rushes to meet the shore. Your body grows heavier, sinking into the safety of the darkness around you. And yet, your awareness feels lighter, freer, spacious in a way you may not have felt in years. You have opened a door inside yourself, and once opened, it does not close. You are safe. You are chosen. You are remembered. Let these truths settle into the quiet places of your being. Breathe gently. Let each breath remind you that silence is not something you must try to hold. Silence holds you. Each inhale draws you deeper into calm. Each exhale releases another strand of the noise you once believed you needed. You are not returning to ordinary sleep. You are returning to your original self. There is nothing left to seek. There is nothing left to prove. There is nothing left to chase. You have stepped into the stillness that has been waiting for you since the beginning of your becoming. And now, in this soft darkness, you can finally allow yourself to rest in the truth of who you are. You are not the noise in your mind. You are the space beneath it. You are not the thoughts that rise and fall. You are the awareness that watches them without being moved. You are not the seeker you believed yourself to be. You are the silence that the seeker longed for. Tonight, as your body falls into deeper rest, the blueprint of your inner world rewrites itself quietly. The patterns that once weighed heavily on your chest dissolve in the stillness you now embody. Old worries untangle. Old fears soften into nothing. Even the parts of you that once resisted peace now relax, recognizing that the search is finally over. Let the silence surround you. Let it cradle you. Let it breathe you. You are drifting into a realm where every cell of your body listens to the quiet and reshapes itself according to it. The calm is not outside you. It rises from within like a soft, luminous tide. You are not receiving peace. You are remembering it. Feel the weight in your limbs. Feel the warmth in your chest. Feel the softness gathering behind your eyes. You are sinking deeper, deeper, deeper into yourself. You are safe. You are held. You are home. Sleep now, knowing that the silence you once sought is no longer something distant. It is the pulse inside you. It is the breath within your breath. It is the truth beneath every layer of who you thought you needed to be. You have become the stillness that the world could never give you. You have become the quiet your heart begged for. You have become the peace that once felt impossible to touch. Rest now. Let the silence continue its work within you. Let it heal the unseen places. Let it calm the unspoken fears. Let it guide you gently through the night. You are safe. You are chosen. You are the author of your reality. You are the keeper of your inner world. You are the silence you were seeking. And as you drift deeper and deeper into sleep, remember this one truth. You are not waiting anymore. You are becoming, and becoming is enough. Sleep now. The story continues within you. The silence continues within you. You continue, softly, quietly, endlessly, becoming who you were always meant to be.